Greetings and welcome. I'm Psychic Medium Roberto, and I truly hope you're doing well. I'm guided by Spirit. Trigger warning: the subject matter is of a mature nature and deals with true crime events. Disclaimer: all cases are treated as alleged until proven in a court of law. Well, the long-awaited Kate Middleton episode 18 is upon us, and in glorious fashion, why not choose the site where 3 young children were murdered that would ultimately create chaos in the Southport region. And in this episode, we will look at that again just as a refresher, including now the 369. We will take a 72-hour scan on all cases, on all dates here. I'm going to include the 72-hour sequence with Kate in December as well. And as a refresher, and the reason for this is, and we will also include, there was actually, and I'll give the reason in a minute, there was a previous public engagement that happened at a children's development center or research center. Interesting. So we'll have a look at those 3 as well as a build-up to the tea party that was had on October the 10th. And we'll just see the correlation between numbers of all of these events. Of course, we are dipping into 2 timelines. We are dipping into the Southport timeline as well as the Kate Middleton timelines. To get us started, just some snacks. Interesting, the brother now has come out with his book. It was beautiful to see how he brought out her confidence. It was beautiful to see how he brought out her confidence. She had blossomed. She had blossomed. I knew he'd look after her, and he does to this day. Now, let me repeat that last sentence. I knew he'd look after her. So he is saying, everything is okay, everyone, don't worry. He didn't beat her to a pulp. And he does, to this day, still beat her to a pulp, whoever this version is. I do have the metadata available for this information if we need it. Just to give full disclosure, I'm not creating bias or nonsense. Let me just zoom out here. We can work out codes. There's my metadata there. So over the month or so, I've been picking up these articles and elements during the time. So I kept a few of them. Now now I grabbed this at the time, but when I was preparing the video, this is interesting. I'll keep them away from Louis because he'll try and steal all his sister's bits. Now let's just take it on the real. Louis might be annoying Charlotte, but just inference here. Prince William shared a glimpse into the dynamic between Prince Louis and Princess Charlotte. See what he confessed about this youngest stealing his oldest sister's jewelry. So Louis got a thing for jewelry, and William the bearded dragon. There's a theory that I'm developing. I'll do it as a separate show. We've got I beg your pardon, we've got Prince William with a beard. We have Koberger waiting trial for the heinous murders. That whole puppet show. He's now got a beard. And then I'm going to go back to an older version, Eminem, who also has a beard. We'll look at that a bit later. See if we pick up any information more on that. Another interesting element, King Charles is reportedly putting his cancer treatments on hold ahead of his upcoming trip. Now, I wish my dad or my cousin could have done that. Doctor, let's put everything on hold. I'm going to go on a holiday. Of course, go ahead. It was just a show anyway. Anyone, GCM, anyway. This would probably be, if we're following a particular narrative, of course I've been talking about it a lot, but this scenario here would be then regarded as the most heinous perpetration on humanity, isn't it? Someone that is really dying of cancer or has cancer. And who's that in the background there? I see Anne is making a soft appearance in the background. Remember, kicked by the horse. The horse must have headbutted her or something. Another nugget. Now, here is an interesting picture. We have Princess Charlotte, as we know it, Queen Elizabeth, as we know it. Look at the mouth. I had a bizarre experience the other day. There's a picture of Charlotte wearing the same ascot green jacket, kind of an action shot. Personally, when I used to do photography or take photographs, I prefer action shots because you get in a flow of energy. And therefore the energy around that picture in action is visible. If you read Pictures and Faces, you'll know what I'm talking about. Whereas when you have portrait setups, that's why I don't like portraits, and that because now you can channel, as this person here, Queen Elizabeth, channeling a single thought, a single point, a single mind, you know what I mean? Whereas if you catch someone in action, the energy or let's say the curtain is open to see that energy and everything around that energy. But there's speculation going on that there's been a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for, shedding of the skin, then repurposing itself, you know what I mean? There's another picture here of apparently Kate, pictured for the first time since her cancer update. Alright, so I've been waiting for the answer as well, beg your pardon, because there's a lot of information we need to get through. Now, I've just been given the go-ahead for this one here. Let's jump right in. Of course, we can go back to the others as well. Let's have a look here. If you've watched the previous episodes, you will be semi-familiar with the numbers. We'll do a refresh, but I'm getting guided to go here first. So let's just go. I'm just going to quickly update this. I haven't got up to these dates in October. I am keeping an October calendar. All right, so let's just, before we just start drumming numbers here, let's just get into it here. So, interesting that Kate and William chose, now we can argue, burgundy, oxblood, red, maroon. In my opinion, not very tasteful colors, and I'm not a color expert by any means. But maybe you would want to go something with a little bit lighter, with the mindful of the kids scenario. This is very dark and treacherous, kind of ritualistic in my opinion. So on the day, we already got the 10-1, 10-1 conflict. So what is going on here? There's another issue going around. If you watch the Helena and Middleton episode previously to this one, there are many portals that are open at the moment, that have been opening and closing. I just wonder if everyone is all here, or will they come back soon because there's things to attend to elsewhere as well. That's the feeling I'm getting. And that also plays into the theory of the beards. Where are these people? Kate's earrings, sorry, I know I'm gabbing. Now there's talk about the earrings as well as the ring. Let's deal with that quickly from a visual. Yeah, she's here actually. You can't really see it clearly, but we can clearly see that it's not the, I believe it's the Princess Diana what pendant or ring. Now, my spider senses are saying the bearded people, who of course are in public light, as is William, as is Kate, the ring signifies for me, and the feeling I'm getting over a few days, this is not the real fake Kate. This is more of a stand-in situation, and he's also not present. There's something very odd about these bearded people swapped out. For a time being. You'll recall in the William readings, he's now in a 6th year, which speaks about a break from public eye. But we see him. How's that possible? So have a look here. We've got the clone numbers around as well. All the 10-1s. Boom, 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 booms. We've got the 12-3 integration. Now, here's where I have a problem with this date, actually. Now, I'm just recalling. I brought in Kate's date of birth. I want to show you something. I'm just going with the flow. All I did, and it was a hell of a lot of shitload of prep work, getting all these slides and pictures ready. I did very little number stuff. But look here. Kate is a 33, 21, 3, 12, 3. This is Kate here. In her Insta, she says C, so I'll just put a C so we can confuse ourselves even more. All right, that's Kate. On the day, now they go here for the meeting. Yes, it was late at the end of the day, but there's no sunset yet here, right? So they're here. Remember, yeah, we have this 22. If you've been a real-time viewer to the Kate shows, I recommend you watch them. It has been an unintended deep rabbit hole. There's about, well, this is technically episode 18, huh? At the Wimbledon appearance, 20 outcome 2, and I've just been reminded, stand by. I've got slides ready here as well. I needed the next day. Yeah. I'm going to bring the Wimbledon slides in quickly. So this is when I'll do some catch-ups in between for those that are new. Obviously, there's a lot of new viewers, and I appreciate you. Thank you. But if you feel you're getting a bit lost, I'll try bring in background information. But there are, as mentioned, a series of episodes already. On the day Kate makes an appearance, in inverted commas, we see that 20 outcome 2. We did the 369. The 22 is very relevant because, and if you haven't met Dolly, this is Dolly here. Hello, Dolly. All right, Dolly was the first cloned sheep, born July the 5th, 1966. Now, just as a reference, in terms of we dipping into a timeline, technically, I suppose we can take the day before and the day after if we do a 72 on it. But numbers like 12-3 integration, formulating something, it's a combination of things to get this. And then we note these powered up numbers here, 10-1s, 10-1, brings in big energy. So energy was generated in conjunction with other things to create what we know today as Dolly. So in other words, not a complete human process, right? So just as a recap, now when we go here, so is she powering down after the day? Because something's wrong with this. So in other words, could this, and sorry for the background noise, it is Saturday morning, 10, just gone after 10 a.m. Saturday morning. The kids are restless next door. So what I was going to say is, this whole event here, we're going to look at it but something's off. The timing's off. You recall with the young Raven who unfortunately passed in a fire, in that chart, because there was a 6 which indicates fire, indicated that the timeline was correct. That's what I'm getting to. So that we get here, 12-3, 21-3 speaks about Kate. Yeah. We've got 10-1 in the morning. This is like midnight to sunset. But then we don't see her here. There's a 22, hidden 22. She has a 22. So who was actually appearing here? If what we know to be Kate, you see, on the day of the men's final, here's Kate here, 21-3-13. There is Kate, there. Okay, that's what I'm getting to. So, why is Kate only arriving on the next day? Do you see what I'm saying? So, was this whole thing staged in the first place? Because as much as I wanted to do these numbers this morning, I kept on getting stopped spiritually, right? And now I'm kind of figuring out there's a problem here with this timeline. I almost feel, and you know I'm not lazy at all, I almost feel like we've been hoodwinked here. Beautifully staged, pentagon shape, 5 sides. Of course, there's first responders, how brave they were, But this bench here is quite horrific. If we just look at it from a visual point of view, there's a bench being seated on by two medical people. But the bench, if we thought this was just a visit to a care center random, then we say, oh, these kids are very artistic. They paint the bench. It almost looks like a Pollock painting on a white bench, right? But now, given the context of the location where there was a bloody murder, according to script and what we know of the story, there's a bench here that reminds us of blood spatter. Or am I being stupid? And it's positioned in front where the camera will see it properly, isn't it? So what is going on here? All right, so let's go on the day, supposed day of the event, the 10:10. Let's do the 369. So this will be, let's see what's going on here. These numbers now are all technically hidden. Okay. 26-8, bloody violent, 26-8, staging. This now will technically be, let me quickly run and get the numbers, beg your pardon. Whoops. Alright, yeah. Alright, so this would be the +3. This would be the +6. We see a staging here. This is a hidden staging, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go deeper. Let's get all the numbers in play here. Alright, so if we continue, it becomes 34-7. I'm starting to feel sick already with these numbers. I must just say, while I'm drawing up these numbers, being in October, I mentioned in the previous episodes, what I'm currently feeling is like intense energy peaks and troughs. So 19, huh? So now that 10, where the conflict was, is revealed as transactional. Look here. There's a hidden, see, we have a hidden 22. I could just feel something was wrong. And then we've got 11-2, so unlawful. Even this, what they're doing here, the visit on the day is deemed unlawful. Why would that be? Oh, look, 37-10-1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 28-10-1. Wait. 19-10-1. 10-1-10. Okay, we'll get a global view now and see what's going on. But look at all these higher ups, transactional numbers here. Bring out Dolly quickly, guys. Dolly, hold on. Did you see here? Look here. There's Dolly. Remember, the higher the number goes, the pool sample size decreases. Okay, if you will. There's Dolly, 37-10-1. Hello, Dolly. Are we being fooled? But you see, interesting. Okay, so this falls within the actual day. Let me just try and line it up better. Okay. Wow, what is going on here? All right, so here's the shop window. We're all coming out to pay our respects, and there's chitter chatter. But now we know, based on previous examples here, that Kate's, as we know it, is not there. But yeah, she's reflected the next day. So there's a timing issue here already on this event. Just to reinforce, there's a timing issue here. Look how beautifully BBC staged it is. Look how beautifully BBC staged it is. All the seats in the right position so we can get the right camera angles. And why not have a joyous moment where we can all be laughing about the terrible loss that we endured. So let's see. On the +3, 13:4, now we're going to take it on a cynical situation. There's the script. It also speaks about death and endings. 14:5 in the middle, bullshit. Close your ears, young ones. Bullshit. All best for the community. Now, what hidden community is that? It's the lizard people. So we see now the intention is, Kate is on the scene, ladies and gentlemen. The intention. Kate numbers. I'll point them out if they're here. There they are there. The intention. What they want us to believe. We'll go deeper. We'll do a 369 here. Right, let's go in. +6, the actual human experience. 16:7. Ooh. Now here's a problem. Why is it a problem? We have three 16:7s. Okay, now we've got to determine which is which, right? So 16:7 is about the sacrifice. Human sacrifice is about the human sacrifice and how ghastly and bloody it was. 26:8, very violent. If the 26:8 is within the crime scene itself, in the crime scene, it is a violent murder. A murder first responders don't want to attend to. Okay, we can imagine. 16:7. There's too many 16:7s here. Let me say, I was going to say, you know the saying in Pulp Fiction, bloody as hell? Now in the +9, so now we're looking at the inner workings of the real day, but all is revealed. Okay? Now it's not just the shop window what they want us to believe. In other words, oh look, Mama and Papa are coming to a site where young children were murdered or sacrificed. As a gesture of the first public appearance, let's choose where we sacrificed. And I'm going to bring in another chart here quickly. I've still got my royal calendar. Years leading up still. Now we're going back to June. Remember the concert with William? and how he felt so bad that he left Catherine behind, while him, sans Louis, no Louis, according to narrative, he was put to bed. According to narrative, he was put to bed with Mama, or was in bed with Mama on that night. You know what I mean? So on the night, just after the Swift concert, we do note that there was a portal sequence. We've mentioned this before. I'll just do a refresher. There was a portal sequence. Okay. Remember this? How could we not? Travis is standing right off on the right-hand side here. Now we know fake Swift bank accounts and contracts with I Need a Lift in Life. Travis Scott. Hocus Pocus. Following that event, we have this, and you'll recall at the time of the murders how Taylor Swift was come over with grief, how it poured over her. Just reminding. So on the actual day that the supposed visit happened, which looks like bullshit, looks very military, isn't it? It's a military operation. It's a contractual obligation event sanctioned by the higher-ups, 37.10.1. Hidden, intended brutal murder, intended murder. And look who's here. Hidden 22. They just can't keep it a secret, is it? Hidden 22. Does it look like it? So here's something. Hidden 22. The day after the supposed event, when we wrap up procedures, because here's the... Are they decompressing now after the event? That we get Molly in the middle? Or what's her name? Dolly? So there's a powering down here afterwards. All bullshit. You see here, the next day, hidden, this whole thing was staged. This was staged. Look here, hidden bullshit. Hidden bullshit. Sacrifice for days, 16.7, 16.7. Sanctioned by the higher-ups. So then who's these people here? Here's Kate here the next day. At Wimbledon, where we all saw her, the world saw her with our own eyes. So then who's this then? Or alternatively, this was filmed and set up days before. At what price? So it's always good to get a read what happens the day before. Huh? So here we go. Operation in play, 1910-1. Now we're looking at it from a different optic, right? This is in the UK. Present thoughts still go out to the people of Florida. The devastation out there is totally absurd. Totally absurd. And this rising water, displacement water. Hidden, remember there was a hidden 20. Displacement water from hidden underneath. So why is water being displaced underneath? Oh, looky here. So the +3, or didn't I complete this properly? Oh, this is supposed to be 31. So she wasn't even there at all. Oh my God. Sorry, maths error. Oh, I didn't finish properly, sorry. So she actually wasn't even there. Yeah, she's here the day before. Uh-oh. Hold on, sorry. I'll retract that previous bit, not to extend time by any means. Yeah, she's here. The intention, the day before. So what happened? She's not even here on this day. That's not her. Yeah, she's here the day before. Yeah, Oh, look what we have here, ladies and gentlemen. The day before, 15-6. You recall the 15-6. What is that? The human, whatever human is being presented to us, has been tinkered with, let's say, by humans, or there would be a 17-8 year on this day here. There's been tinkering. 16-7. Look at all the sacrificial numbers here. 33-6. Now we're in the 72 zone. +3, 6, 9. The +6, 33, 6. What the heck? I'm just gonna do the +9 of the day before. So this would be 18. Sorry for. I'll sort the stuff out quickly. You see, yeah, 28-10-1. Here's the old machines sorting out the next kite here. 28-10-1. 19-10-1. I didn't have the number lock on. 19-10-1. Brutal murders. Pure, simple, basic murder of innocence. Murder of innocence. Look here. Disgusting, man. So the night before, there's the power up numbers. We need one more for today, please. All right, we'll just use this one, the smaller one, but hidden is the main one. This is why I felt it relevant. In fact, I'm going to get it now. So here is, I'm bringing in Raven's chart I did for her show, right? but I want to just make a point here. The day of the fire, there's a 6. So the fire began either from midnight, but before sunrise. So it was dark. I believe the fire trucks arrived sometime after 1 or 2. Don't quote me on exact, but what I'm getting to is the 6 in the start of the day indicates there was a fire. So which means the timeline is correct, is what I'm getting to. Okay. Kate is technically either side of this event. Why is that? That is strange. Anyway, the circus continues, and we find ourselves now, the royals have made their, and together, you recall, actually, this is the first time technically, apart from the balcony sequence, right, that we've actually seen them sitting together in public, isn't it? You'll recall there's another picture I want to show you here from the previous episodes we did. This one here. You'll recall at the height of Catherine's worst days on planet Earth, her husband wasn't even near her. So this is the first time that they actually, in many regards, first time together in this context. I'm sure there were. What was that other one that she did the children's home on herself, by herself, the research center. I wonder what they're researching there about childhood development. Why are they researching childhood development? We can say on one hand, of course, we need to understand how children and life affect children. But on the other hand, when you're dealing with people like this, you want to think, are they creating modified versions of versions? Just saying. So this is the first non-public engagement at the child center, and we know when the Royal Hoax Show family, their press secretary, whenever they release information, we know there's a bugger up. There's it there, all the 8s. I'll just mark one in red. All the 8s, look here. You see how it sticks to the consciousness when people or creatures are doing terrible things to human beings, or where human beings are being inflicted with violence. One could even argue premeditated violence, 33:6. See how the numbers pop up around the timeline. 16:7. We have a hidden staging again. We can say staging. We can say very violent. But hidden is a staging. Or a very violent event. Unfortunately, we don't see Kate's numbers on the surface, and there is a rule. It's not necessarily my own rule, but the rule is you've got to see the person evident in the zone and in the +369. You've got to. And there's no Kate here. So who went to this event here? Or are they just saying, thank you guys, we are continuing our research project into human childhood development? Yes, it here. The Princess of Wales met with team members of the Centre for Early Childhood, part of Kate and Prince William's Royal Foundation, which develops programs based on their charitable interests. On Tuesday, September 17. The Centre itself conducts research into childhood development, aiming to implement societal change. So it's not only behavior modification, it's societal modification. Wow, man. At least she's back up and running. Just didn't see her there. See that 26/8 is around again. 26/8 is around. 44/8, the grand design, as per the construct of the Blood King and fellow background players. 37-10-1, 16-7. All the sevens hidden. There she's there, hidden. 20, outcome 2. It's always a 12-3, but if we want more evidence, Kate is a 12-3, but more evidence. 20, hidden 22. Remember, she's got a 10-1 in the middle of the day. Conflict of interest here, 25-7. Believe me, my blood is boiling. It's just rose another degree. All these sevens. The law is the law. It's our law. Southport. On the day, just a brief look there. I'm just double checking my calculations in case I didn't do it, didn't carry on the calculations. But I believe we have a 44-8 here. Look at the presence of the 16-7 around. The 16-7 is like waiting for the next day to come. Here's this treacherous 29-11-2. Look at all these 8s here. 30, outcome 3. That's what they wanted, eh? An outburst by mothers and women from around the world. Designed, 44-8, designed by the hidden 37-10. Lizard people as well, and humans interfacing. Humans, we know this from past. This is not new news. I'm not breaking news, humans and aliens together. We saw it in the Helena show. I mentioned it in the review show of the storms. Humans interfacing with aliens. It's not a new concept. It's been going on since, I would imagine, and I'm not going to be specific on time, but certainly around Roswell, post-Roswell. There was a lot of speculation about aliens meeting the presidents, etc. How can we scratch each other's leather backs? And of course the issue becomes one of breeding. 33 is the intended outcome. Get that adrenaline boost going. Get that treachery in the air. All the common numbers we are finding at pretty much all the waypoints here. Huh? See there? Pop, 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 pop. 44.8. Hello. Hello. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, its first sort of appearance. It just keeps warning us. It's like oil seeping from the bottom of the earth. Like the water is bursting up from the bottom of the earth. Why has there been such a lot of water displacement in that area? Ladies and gentlemen, the hoax show is continuing. They want to continue fooling us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude episode 18 on the Catherine Middleton WTF series. WTF is going on series. And please leave your thoughts and comments. I do appreciate them. And thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate you. Please stay safe, stay alert. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.